What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. So as you can tell by the title of this video, I made not one, but two dresses from the same pattern, but with different hacks. So this project initially started off with me wanting to make a dress out of this black and gray gingham fabric that I found in G Street Fabrics not too long ago. So I thought this fabric was really nice. It felt like it could make a nice dress, even though it's probably quilting cotton. And I just wanted to make something cute for the summer. So I was searching for patterns that I had in stash as well as free patterns. And I settled on the mood pattern called the Asheville dress pattern. And it features a sheared back and I think midi length skirt and ruched sleeves. And I thought it would look nice in this fabric. So after I started working on the pattern, printing it out, taping it together, I saw an Instagram of a pattern that someone had made called the Millie dress. And it's a multi-tiered dress, I think with 3 or 2 tiers and with scallop hems on the skirt. And so I thought that would be an interesting element to add to my dress, is to add some multi-tiered layers with that fun wavy hem. Little did I realize that I did not have enough fabric for a multi-tiered with that gingham pattern fabric. So I decided just to keep it to 1 tier, do the scalloped hem, and then I added a few other hacks to this dress. So the first hack I thought about was adding piping to the princess seams and the seam between the top bust and the bottom bust. So I added piping to these seams on the front bodice to here and one down the middle. I thought that would add an interesting pop of color, unexpected because it's kind of a black and white or black and gray toned dress. I made the sleeves as is with the pattern, and then this is my first time shearing using elastic thread. I sheared the back. It was not hard at all. I just made horizontal lines that were 1/2 inch apart up and down the back bodice, and put the elastic thread in the bobbin and regular thread in the top and sewed down the lines. And so that ended up pretty good. The top along here is a little wavy. I didn't put any shearing right at the top, but when I put it on, you can't really tell. It's not poking out or anything like that. And then for the scalloped hem, I looked at videos of people making the Millie dress, and what they do is take bias tape and reverse hem the bottom. Usually with bias tape, you would sew it so it folds under, you can't see it. So this time they take the bias tape and fold it over so you can't see it. So you're sewing on the wrong side, flipping it over, and sewing on the right side. And look, I think it turned out pretty good. The curves were a little challenging to sew and keep, things not to get puckered or anything like that. And the dress also has pockets. The way I modified the pattern was pretty simple. For the skirt, I just printed out the full skirt, and then I measured from the bottom to the length I wanted the skirt to be, which was here, making sure to keep a similar curve to it. And then from there, I calculated this length divided by the number of curves I wanted for spaces, and then drew in the curves like this. So I tried to draw them big enough so they wouldn't be too tight of a curve to sew, and I think it worked out all right. So for this quarter skirt, I had 1, 2 full curves, 2 complete curves, and I ended at the top for each curve for each side, so they'll match when you unfold it. So that wasn't too bad at all. One more hack I did with this dress is the original pattern has the skirt in the front gathered, and then the shirring in the back will naturally gather the back skirt. But instead, I wanted it to be smooth to go with this smooth bodice in the front. And so I just sewed the front smooth, and then the seam on the skirt in the back would reach into the shirring. And I just kind of gathered a little bit on the sides where it was extra material. So all of the gathering is in the back. It's smooth in the front. And then the pockets, which are kind of on the back part of the dress, are not too hard to get to still. So no problems there. So yeah, I think it turned out pretty cute. I can see this as a potential like cookout dress or a nice walk in the park dress. Yeah, I think it's really a really cute pattern. The only thing I don't like about the pattern is the side bust area where it's under your armhole. It's poking out a little bit, and so it doesn't fit really well right on the side under your armhole. I cut an extra small because I was thinking to myself, I wanted it to be snatching. I wanted it to fit really well. And so looking at the finished garment measurements on the website, it seemed like I would have enough ease, with the shirring and everything. But when trying it on, it fits. It's a little hard to get in and out of, but it fits, and the shirring kind of just stretches all the way across. So the extra small fit, I usually cut a small, but it does fit pretty well except under the armholes. So I had originally cut out like a second tier for this skirt to mimic the Millie dress out of a black fabric because I didn't have any more of this. But then I put this together and I thought that it looked pretty nice by itself. And so since I had already cut out the black skirt, I said, why not just put together a whole other dress? Because I wanted to see how the original pattern would look just as it was. So I went ahead and cut out a whole other piece in black. Now, you can never have too many, well, actually you can, but this is a type of black dress that I don't have, which is kind of a summery black dress. But I did not make it as is because once I was doing it, I finished that dress and I saw how it fit, like the shirring stretched all the way and the extra small kind of fit as is. I thought, well, I don't really need the shirring in the back. If I could just gather it in the back with the skirt, but still make it stretchy, that would do the trick. So that is what I did. I sewed everything as is. I took in a little bit on the side at the top here because in the other dress, the shirring does help pull in that side. But I sewed it a little bit in. It's still not all the way in. So the sleeve's the same. And what I did is I did put the gathering in the front like the original pattern has it. So it's gathered in the front. And then for the back, I cut a piece of elastic like 5 inches less because I made the measurements for enough room to get it over my head. Cut a piece of elastic 5 inches less than the back part of the skirt, stretch it as I sewed it to the bodice, and that way it'll gather at that part, but I could still get it on without any closures. So I kind of basted this together just to have a proof of concept. So it's like a wearable mock-up, but I think it fits pretty good. I'll try these on at the end of the video to show you how it looks, but I think it works. I did not shear the back. I just did the gathering at the back, and I think it fits still in the back. There's not a lot of gaping. And yeah, relatively quick and easy summery dress in 2 colors. I forgot one more hack I did with this dress is I cut it maybe 9 inches shorter than the original skirt. So it hits maybe right below the knee instead of like mid-calf. So those are the only 2 hacks, well, 3 hacks for this actually. Eliminate the shirring, do elastic at the back bodice, and cut it down 9 inches. So if you're interested in this pattern, I will leave a link to it in the description box below. It is a free to download pattern from Mood, And it also includes instructions and all the size measurements that you need and the notions that you need as well. Thanks so much for watching this video. Please give a like to this video and make a comment below. What do you think of the two dresses? Which one was your favorite? Okay, bye.